Welcome to Shadow Empire playthrough. Thank you for your comments and suggestions. As usual, I will start with answering questions. So one person asked why, if I am building recycling facility and here we cannot provide enough industrial points, so the effective construction speed is 37%, why I am building at 100% of the construction speed? Because then I need full amount of workers. So if you hover, you can see that I need 2000 workers and pay them. So if I would decrease the construction speed to 50%, it would not change the progress of this construction because I am limited by the amount of industrial points, but I could not pay 2000 workers, but only 900 workers. So if our current salary for workers is 4 credits per 1000 of workers, it means that I could save 4 credits per round. And this is interesting suggestion, and thank you for this. Maybe I will do this. But then another person responded that paying workers is a kind of public investment. So same as here we have public investment. So if I'm paying workers this 4 credits, same as I would increase here the invest budget by those 4 points. So the assumption is that paying all workers here is also fine because we are helping the private industry to grow. And this is also interesting point of view. If we go to reports and treasury cash flow overview, you can see in the salaries section that we are paying 20 credits of salaries for workers and 25 for soldiers and all leaders. The sum of salaries is 45. And now if you go to zone and to the population section, and if you hover the private economy part, you can see salaries spending income is 45. So exactly this number means that the salaries are an income for private economy. So it's interesting point of view. So now the decision is, should we limit here the production or keep it 100%? I will limit the production even to 25% because I need some industrial points. So if we go to manage assets, if we will preview the next round, you can see that with 50% of the construction speed, we will need 68 industrial points, so still not enough. But if I will decrease to 25, this number is now white, and we will be able to deliver exactly 33 from 33 needed. And also in the zone inventory, we will be able to accumulate 17 industrial points, which is good because we need also the industrial points to finally replenish some losses, because you can see our units are really damaged. They have here 3 subunits, 6 subunits, they have low readiness. In the last episode, I promised that I will be replenishing losses when I will be able, and soon we need to do this. Because contrary to the machine guns, our infantry is our only offensive force. Another question was when we should increase salaries for soldiers. In general, we should increase it when we have money to do this and when we need higher morale of our soldiers. So I will do this when I will meet major regime. But now they are doing well and we have financial problems, so it's not good time for it. Another question was about designs. So go to the model designs and when we should create new model versus iteration of the model. So you remember that this model was created as iteration because it was cheap, and I said that the structural design is good enough. But how we can say if this number is good enough? So if you go to the unit details screen, if you open the design log, so here you can see that the initial structural design for our model was 91, and it's a number between 70 and 130. Based on this range and this number, you can decide this is good or bad for you. So base design is between 70 and 100, but base design later we can increase by field testing. This number we cannot increase anyway, so only doing brand new designs is creating the structural design of our model that will be later used across all iterations. So usually we want to have it above 100 to be better than average. So 91 is not the best one, but early game I simply don't have enough bureaucratic points to spend on creating new models, but later we'll see. So thanks for those questions. Last question is how I change the colors of my user interface, and I'm using UI mode and terrain mode, so the roads and terrain looks different. and I will put links in the description of this video to these modes. Thank you for the questions. Now we can finish Q&A session and start playing. But I need to say that this situation is difficult and our progress is quite slow. It's because we had difficult start. Everyone was attacking us. So we have finished those nomads here, but now you can see our units have 10 readiness, 15 readiness. So the color of this bar is red in their case. So the length of the bar means how many subunits we have, and the color means what's the readiness, and this rectangle means what's the level of supplies. You can see this number also is yellow. It means that they are missing ammunition in this case. So I would let those units rest and regenerate the readiness, because without readiness they are useless. Our militia unit can slowly go and check what is there, because we need to double check if there are no enemies. Here we can see that somebody captured our binary cave with the android, so there are some units, so we need to be careful. I would move militia to the east because they are quite weak, and to move regular units to the west and militia to the east, because they will only protect here our borders. There are no roads here, so my expansion will be where are roads, because otherwise we will have, you can see these colors, we have sooner or later problems with supplies, and it's not optimal to keep here our regular units. Here I would move them back, but I see that there are 2 units of enemies, so we need to probably block them and wait. Those guys can stay. This unit is our recon unit, can go north and check what is there. Nothing is there. With mobile units that are using oil, you need to be careful if you are crossing hexes other than in our operational logistic layer, other than green, because here they will receive limited fuel and ammo supply, and on red they will receive only food. So if they will have not enough fuel, they can stack and we will be not able to move them, because they can carry only 16 fuel. So better keep them close to the supply lines. Those guys need to block them. Not much we can do here, but maybe this unit. No, I need to be more defensive currently because the situation is difficult. Here, probably we overexpanded a bit, because if they go here and here, they can surround us. And I have not enough units, so maybe I will move back. And now let's think how to fix our economy, our treasury particularly. So we, as you can see on the bottom, have higher expenses than revenue. So means that in the Empire dashboard we have negative cash flow, which is also reported in the urgent issues. So we need to change a bit the situation, because long term this will be problematic. You remember that we last round received the increased sales tax thanks to our new interior council. You remember that we renamed her for foreign to remember that she would be better foreign council, but temporarily she is interior. So should we increase sales tax? I was hoping for income tax. So before we increase sales tax, we need to check what is the sales level. So if we go to reports and trade report, you can see that our private trading, so our private economy, bought from traders quite a lot of items. They are buying fuel, they are buying water. So it means that our traders are selling to our population items. So the sales tax is a tax for traders selling items. So we would tax those operations if items flow from traders to our population and traders receive money. And part of money can be moved to our regime in form of taxes, which will increase prices. And if we go to zones, you can even see this, that population bought 8 food for 5 credits and sales tax part was 0. So here we have everywhere sales tax part 0. So if we will increase sales tax, we will receive some money if population is buying from traders. But if population will not have enough money, they still will be able to buy from traders, but then they will take a debt to traders, and the tax debt is our part from this amount. If the sales tax is 0, the tax debt will be always 0. If we increase the tax and population don't have money to buy from traders, they will also increase tax debt. So at the end, they will have less money for their own spendings. So all taxes are squeezing a bit the private economy and free market, but are helping our budget. As we are autocratic empire, we need to care more of our budget. So I have probably no choice than increase the sales tax, difficulty 50, but administration skill role is okay, mainly because the relation modifier is 18. So you can see that happy leader is a good leader.
Order acknowledged.
And we successfully increase the sales tax. So now, if we go to reports, treasury and cash flow overview, you can see that sales tax is 25%. And next round, maybe we will have some revenue, depending if traders could sell something to our population. Another element, we have political points and we need finally the economic council to simply develop those blue technologies. We miss them. So because of our start, we had to focus on military aspects. Now we need to really have economic council. So let's call the secretary. We need new organization. And you can see each new organization is much more expensive than the previous one. So you need to really select proper order that will fit your situation. So Economic Council 28, but we have this amount. Next one probably will be Staff and Secret Service. And foreign, we don't have anyone to do real diplomacy. So foreign will be the last one probably. Okay, let's create Economic Council. Next round we'll have to nominate someone. From time to time you can change the priorities. I would increase a bit the priority for the political power. Confirm.
Roger that.
And there are some national decisions. Please remember that in the reports, there is one report that contains all previous decisions. So here in the decisions archive, you can see that what was the type of decision. So message, normal decision, what was the target, and usually if we are playing any stratagem cards, so strat, it means that this is stratagem card played on our national, and we played increased sales tax. And even we can see what was the role and what was the difficulty. This report can be quite useful if you don't remember what happened or if you want to double check what was happening. Also, you can see here some information that, for example, our faction adopted commerce as its ideology. So if we go to factions, you can see that our Sacred School faction now has another profile, commerce. Initially, they had only hard and autocrats, but over time they adopted commerce because our regime has commerce as a leading profile. They already had something from the psychology, they already had something from the politics, so they were looking which area of our regime in the society part they can fill, and they selected the one that is the biggest because somehow our direction of our regime also influence factions. And please notice that because we have nominated somebody from this faction as governor and they really would like to have somebody in the zone administration, now the relation bonus is plus 30. But sadly, the faction happiness does not increase too much. Probably it's because the leader of the faction is not very happy. So his relation is 77. I wonder if he was limiting our faction happiness somehow. I don't know. Do you know, guys, anything about that? If the faction leader can limit the faction happiness? Because it's suspicious that previously we had -8 here, now we have plus 30, and the happiness increased from 75 to 77, exactly to the happiness of the faction leader. And faction leader is an important person for the faction, so I don't know. That would be suspicious if he could limit. But let's check next round, and if not, then we need to make him really happy to have the faction on our side. Okay, so let's go back to the decisions. So our operational commander wants to erect a statue. There have been so many militia members and soldiers that died for us over the years. Very true statement. There is a community effort close to my family. It involves the construction of the statue, the sacrifice of the unknown soldier. So it's heartbreaking statement, and what we can do, we need to agree because it will increase the happiness of the faction leader. It will increase one of the profiles that we like, And also government is fine. So yes, let's do it for the memory of the died soldiers.
Affirmative.
Everyone is happy. And from time to time we need to do the policy speech, and there will be some obligation. So what we can do? We can increase the average quality of life in our zones, or here focus on but the first one will increase democracy, and here mind. But regarding education, I cannot increase education because I don't have university building, and I don't know if private economy will do this. Hexes from 200 to 360, no way. So I have probably only option A, to increase the quality of life from 2 to 7. Or we can do not commit, and this option will decrease the world score by 5%. And if we commit, we will increase the world score by 10%, but in case if we will be not able to fulfill this by the round 24, the world score will decrease by 20%. But let's commit to this. So we have instant profile increase, and also the world score should increase, but probably next round. Do we have enough ammunition? I hope. We will see. Let's double check if we cannot do anything more. Maybe we can play a spy here, because here is some gray area. So let's send a spy.
Roger that.
We could send 2 spies, because critical success will double the amount of spies that we are sending. Volunteer drive, we don't need more recruits currently. That reminds me about something. You remember my argument that, yeah, I'm afraid of replenishing losses because of the food consumption? I think that was a wrong argument, because please remember that the recruits, which are staying here in form of the resource, I would say, they also consume food. So colonies and recruits are eating 29 food and doing nothing. So it's better to move them to the units, and they would eat the same amount of food. So yeah, sorry for that. I forgot that recruits and colonies also eat food. Let's play next round. Small movements on the south, unsuccessful attack, and they lost 100 and 200. So 2 units attacked. So we have killed 400 units by doing nothing. There is a new event, so this Zeitgeist, or how to pronounce it. From time to time we have such periods, and I would say neutral in my case. We are autocratic, so we are less impacted, and also we gained 1 feint point, so we will see how it will go. National pride, let's check this perk. And we increased the administration level. So another sales tax, we don't need this card now. So let's check this profile that we receive. We receive national pride, so moral bonus for our units, which is very good. So instead of increasing their salary, they can appreciate and be proud that they're part of our nation, and that's why they will be fight better. And you can see our 35 industrial points. So now we can send some recruits from here. Here they are doing nothing. So let's replenish some troops. We need 2,900 to fully supply all units. So let's only increase as much as we can. So 5 subunits, so 500 soldiers. Next round they will be sent from SHQ, because we are buying replacements and moving soldiers from recruits as a resource to a subunit. So we have 500 soldiers. They have 0 experience, but if they will join next round our units, and in our units there are more experienced soldiers, here if you click the experience button, you can see that any unit that will join this formation will be able to train passively to 23 experience. We can expect that the units will increase experience from 0 to 23 by learning from the more experienced units, but of course this is a process and will not happen in one round. Let's check also the factions, because we improved the relation with our leader to 81, and the happiness changed from 77 to 79. So it's not changing dramatically, but it's growing. I wonder if it's following the leader. So let's check budget, but maybe before budget, what we have. Oh, economic council. We need to find someone who is not part of this faction. So let's check if we have any cards. Recruit junior. we have our interior council is happy, so it's quite a cheap card currently. Let's execute. We don't need mercenary because it's too expensive. Mercenary will give us always capability level 2 with some military experience, and this will give us junior with some military experience. So this is probably more cost effective, but this is more like if you urgently need someone more experienced with some skills. But for me, this is too expensive. We have one fate point, so we can play one of those cards. So in case of really dramatic situation, we can use this money. But let's play the junior.
Order acknowledged.
And check who joined our great autocracy. So who could we expect then capability level 1? Yeah, only those guys are joining our empire. So not good because the profile is different. Only militia will somehow increase his morale, and only investigation. So could be temporary governor in some minor zone if I will have more than one, but long term this guy is not good. But can he act as economic council? 26 intelligence, 73 relation, but you can see natural relation point is 48, so the relation will decrease each round to this number. But it's because of the job prestige. So let's check how he will react if we will give him. He is not too ambitious, so if we subtract 66 from 150, then it's 84, so his job prestige will increase from 9 to 84, so it should be fine. We'll try. We don't have anyone else, so let's do this. Of course, we need to dismiss someone. If we dismiss, they are not leaving our empire, they simply are not allowed for this specific nomination. So this guy is here, sitting on the bench. So appoint. Relation changed by 27 points. So if we go to the Economic Council priorities, we see he's fully happy. So we have plus 50% bonus for bureaucratic points assigned. And also the natural relation is 70. Not bad to fill the gap, and we'll be looking for somebody better over time. So what priorities are important for us? I would like to do some prospecting and research. So research could be 70, prospecting could be 25. We need to double check if there are any hidden resources under the ground within our borders. The bureaucratic points assigned to this task will help the governor to do prospecting, because governor also is doing prospecting, but economic council can help globally across all zones. And economic policies, let's check what cards we could generate. Go to economic policies and prospecting push, archaeology effort, peripheral mining, and improvised industrial points. This card we would like to have. So let's go back, not here, to decisions and change. We need to have economic policies. We need to have prospecting. So we lock those two to not change them when I'm moving this slider. We can have only, okay, keep it like that. Priorities for model design will not change. So national budget, let's double check. Everywhere is 17% except model design, and mainly we support Supreme command. They have 17. For now, I will leave it as it is. No changes. I don't want to upset them, and we don't have enough bureaucratic points to make a difference, because you can see that we are dividing the small amount of bureaucratic points that we have to the growing number of councils. So each council I'm adding is decreasing the amount of points here. So changing now the percentages would not have a big impact. This table is also good to check from high level what is going on, who is doing what. But for details, we need to go to organizations and then check the progress. For example, here we can see that we progressed 22 points last round in researching automatic rifle. Yeah, but regarding prospecting, if you go to the governor and a skill log, here you can see last round roles the leader was doing, and you can see that he is doing a prospecting find chance. So he was trying to find something under the ground, and the roll was 101, but sadly no bonus. But still, he was trying to find something. Please notice that also he was increasing hidden economy by his administration roles and help trader financing. Governor is quite important person. So let's continue our movements. Oh, now you can see our spice. If we zoom out using scroll, there is a quite large area discovered by our spice, and there are two hex perks. So here, if we switch to assets and one hex mode, another fertility heal. Interesting. And here, waste belt. What's that? You can get plus 40 research bonus points if this will be part of our empire. Not big bonus, but better than nothing. Okay, so on the south, another fertility. And here is Free Folk Town, which we would like to have. So maybe, but those guys are problematic here. And they are sitting also on Free Folk. We need to get rid them from this town. Okay, so I will slowly move the militia here, maybe here to uncover the area, and then move them here to help them. Those guys, no, those guys need to get back this. Do they have enough fuel? We will see. They couldn't take this hex because they blocked this operation. I hope they will have enough fuel to get back because now they receiving only food on this red area. So let's expand a bit here. Here we have another militia. This is regiment, so it's heavier. Let's go. Militia is receiving their replenishments and their equipment from the zone that they belong to. So they belong to Flint zone. So if you go to Flint and if we click here the militia button, you can see that our militia in this zone have 1,500 of recruits and 90 pieces of equipment that can be sent as a replacement. So in this round, they send 200 soldiers to replenish militia losses. And the next project will be Guards Regiment. So this is also a button that you can double check what's the situation across the militia. They don't get replacements from your SHQ. So they get all supplies from SHQ except reinforcements. On the south, we cannot do much. Maybe I can try to risk and try to capture this one, but it will be probably they are sitting here. But let's do this. As expected, they are here. So our prediction was correct. So this guy now need to probably move here. Oh, they are sitting here. We need to watch carefully what they are doing and how to move them, how to push them back. We don't have enough forces, and this is a town here. Problematic. Okay, how the assets are doing. Here, please notice that the blue number means how many turns is left to finalize this building, but don't be fooled by this number because this is not the amount of turns that you play here, but in reality, if I will play next round, you can see only 0.25 turn was progressed last round. So we still need to do 0.8, but with the speed of 0.25. So it will take probably 3 rounds, not 0.8. This can be misleading. Check if they are building something in private economy. Oh, that's interesting. They have finalized the police station. So this is a private building that will give us 50 quality of life security points. So now in our zone, if we go to the civilization score, we can see next round there will be 50 security points here. And their next project is surveillance station, which is also good because remember that we promised to have increased the quality of life score. So those assets will impact the quality of life score because the score in each section is simply the amount of points divided by the level of our city. So those numbers divided by 3 and modified by the governor roles. So then we have quality of life score, which is 0 currently. Okay, let's move our units. So we would like to move our light infantry to the west to be ready, but I will keep them close to the road to let them receive the supplies. This unit can move here. Militia will be needed elsewhere, but they can check what is here and keep this road so those guys can protect this town and wait for our units, and those guys can move here to give them some space. Maybe they will move closer to us. So next round I expect they will be a bit stronger. This unit, probably we need to stay where we are. And if we go to the reports, treasury and cash flow, you can see that our sales tax is giving us some revenues. So 17 credits only this round because of the transactions between traders and our population. Sadly, we have zero income tax, but overall in urgent issues, we have only 11 credits negative cash flow, so we are improving. Let's play next round. They moved. Oh, roaming fifths in Flint. Not good. Security breach. We discovered artillery, decreased sales tax, but we are hoping for increased income tax. This is problem. You see what happened. You will leave a gap and then they appeared here. Probably they will increase danger. Maybe not yet, but they will soon increase the danger. So we need to do something with those guys. Unknown unit. Okay, we need to move here. We need to block them. Okay, so we need to do some reshuffle here. So move this unit here. And we need to deal with those guys probably next round. This unit here to protect. This unit should go here. Let's hope they will not do another breach. We are surrounded as expected. We need to move back a bit. Those guys need to help on south direction, and those guys also need to go and help stabilize the south direction. So go here, we can use the strategic move and move here. We need to change a bit the strategy. First, those units need to deal with the north front line and then go here, fight with those nomads, and then we'll focus on those guys. We cannot fight in any direction at the same time. So those guys need to simply, you can see they don't have movement, but we can capture probably this location. Yes. They need to go to the better hex where they have some fuel supplies. Militia will go south to help, and our regular units now receive some, maybe not much, but 100, 100. Each one receive 100 soldiers. We have better readiness. We need to deal with them and go back and help rest and help the capital. So we will be trying to surround them. You can see a lot of nomads everywhere, and they are good in defense and very good hit points. So it will be not easy, and we are losing readiness when we are moving also. So probably I need to buy more replacements to have better chances during the fight. So another 400 soldiers next round will join us. Two decisions. No new orders. We are waiting for tanks or bicycles. Oh, this guy created his own faction and he is faction leader. We check it. Roaming thieves in Flint. Groups of thieves from the wastelands have penetrated our walls. We are losing private items stored with us. So the average difficulty is 113. If we support, he will receive plus 80. I need to try to support him. But before that, we can also go to the cabinet and attach our advisor to the governor who will be doing the roles for this event. So him.
Roger that.
So now we have advisor helping the governor. So there will be two roles and the highest role will be taken. So advisor can be helpful here. You can see that advisor used. There is information that advisor is used for this test, and let's check.
Roger that.
And it's success. So still we have lost 600 population and 400 private food was stolen and 70 private credits got stolen. But this is private food and private credits, not public one. But still, okay, we did what we could to minimize the losses. That's why the security is important in our zone. This round we have 50, but you can expect such events. So for example, health, we need to also increase because otherwise we can expect some bad events like that. Probably building the recycling facility was wrong decision because we are losing a lot of industrial points and we could build recon buggies instead, which would help with those guys. Let's try to minimize the losses and play next round. So there were some fightings, but we are holding. We have discovered water. Metal would be better. Finally, increase income tax. Very good. We need to play this card. What's that unit? Okay, so those guys. Minor regime. Roaders. You can see that those units were enough to let them escape, and that's good. So without the fighting, we could push them back. Now we need to go here, and we will try to do similar activity, but the militia need to be around, as we never know what can happen. But maybe one hex here will be good, or even one hex here. We are going this direction. Maybe I will be able to capture this hex. And those guys need to go here and help. Those guys need to go here and help. So we are securing the south front line. Here we cannot do much. Probably I will even go back. And we need only stop them. And move here. Okay. And we'll see what we can do on this side. So this asset is ours. We need to move back our trucks to refuel. Those guys also. Probably they can go south. And those guys need to continue the movement. They will be probably here out of supply, so we need to go here, because here we would also lose food, and here we have food supply, so we will not start starving. And what to do with those guys? We don't have enough recon. They were attacking us. Let's check what are our chances. Not good, so maybe we'll wait one round, because still you can see that the readiness still is not good. So we need to surround them. 1, 2, 3, 4 directions. There is one decision that commerce will reach 59 points, and the commerce is currently 51. I don't know if I will be able to do this. But we have a lot of time, because this is around 36, so accept request. Let's check this new faction. So they are called Allied League. They like commerce and autocracy. So very good. They are aligned with our main profiles. They also would like to have zone governors, so they are unhappy. And there is only one member. And they are increasing the happiness. Please notice that the leader happiness is still equal to the faction happiness. And I'm not sure, but it looks like the leader is limiting the faction happiness, or I am wrong. Check cards. We need to increase the income tax. So let's do it.
Order acknowledged.
So now finally we have 10% of taxes. We can send another spy, maybe here, to see what the nomads are doing.
Roger that.
21 and industrial points to use, how the asset is going. So 2 rounds probably we'll be able to have it. Because of the decrease, we are saving costs, and we have some points to spend for our soldiers. I will increase it to 50% to speed it up a bit, and let's play next round. They are attacking and losing soldiers. They also are losing soldiers, because here we have a regular army. They are losing soldiers. We have killed 500 enemies. Another roaming thieves in Flint. Okay, we have research automatic rifle, very good. Increasing contacts. We don't need more increasing contacts, so first thing will be to call the interior council and change the priorities,
Order acknowledged.
because we don't need we don't need so many points for taxation. Now taxation, so we can reduce even to 1, because we don't need more tariffs. Also, we'll focus on those 2. So interior policies and human resources, but confirm. Another event, but we have still attached the, you can see we have still attached the advisor. So let's hope that we will this time also protect our people.
Roger that.
and success. Another 600 population lost. So bad situation. But we are minimizing as we can the losses. They offer us ammunition and commerce +5. And remember that we have promised in the demands that commerce will grow. So I can accept, but I don't have money. So maybe now I can use the stratagem to have more money. Now we have 1000 credits. Accept this, but who will be unhappy? Interior Council will be unhappy because she doesn't like commerce. -8, not good. And in general, her natural relation point is low. Still, we'll do it for the commerce. Let's check if this unit can help us to do some recon. Okay, we have some recon. 75 only. Militia can do suicide attack.
Do it now! Objective lost.
The goal was to receive the full recon, and we lost only one militia unit. And now our units, those with good readiness, maybe those also, but -24%. So let's try. No, that would be a mistake. We need to surround them, but we cannot surround them much. No, we can. This fight is not good. We need to wait one round probably. Those guys need to help protect the border. Here, some empty space finally. We need to focus on those guys. We can have this town. So 12,000 free folks is ours. I will move even here. We need to move more units. Next round we will deal with them. I hope nothing will appear, but those guys can help us to discover if there are any problems. Here we have found also research bonus points, and we can try to get it. It's ours. 12,000 people, and we are in the food safe area. They probably will escape next round. Now those guys, we need to push them a bit, so we will see what will happen, and let's hope that nobody will appear here. So we will see. We have 66 industrial points and construction finished. Finally, we have finalized this construction. Let's check what the private economy is building. Surveillance station, but they have some problems with founding this. They have 244 credits. Probably they need 500 to finance this, or they will take a debt. So we'll see. And we will, of course, increase income tax.
Order acknowledged.
So now, if we go to the treasury, we have 20% income tax and 25% sales tax. And you can see we are already receiving both revenues. So next round probably will be positive or near to positive. And demands, the quality of life is worrying me. So I would like to increase the salaries of our workers.
Roger that.
A bit. So, and the public budget to 20 credits to make them happy. Confirm.
Roger that.
So workers should be more happy, and in general population, and we will have more credits for their projects. Let's play next round. They are losing soldiers. No losses. They try to escape, but lost 300. Free market and light tank. Now we have a different game, guys. And high velocity guns not needed really. And university, thanks to Economic Council, and in the new free folk towns we have found 7 machinery, which can be very helpful. And 2 cards. So this round was better, especially the 7 machinery found. I have saved a lot of money. Now those guys. We can use militia to, that would be very risky attack, but let's do this for recon.
Do it now!
Oh, it was not bad. 140 recon, now we know who is here. So it's quite big unit, probably 1200 of nomads here is hiding. And using our normal forces, we would have problems with them. So we need to change a bit the position to block them, move some help here, and next round we will attack from all directions, or they maybe will be so kind to escape from this hex. We'll see. And here we can only convince them to move back. And here we can attack using our full brigade without the militia, 150% concentric bonus. We have a bit too many people, so not everyone is engaging equally. Maybe I can remove those weak guys from here. Oh, now it's better. Now it's much better. And do the attack.
Advancing. Do no harm? Yeah, right.
It was quick and easy because now we have better readiness, better morale, everything we have better now. Those guys need to go here and check. Here I'm not sure. I would rather... you see, there you are. So let's try to catch this and move here to have fuel. And those guys, what they can do? They are doing good recon attacks. So can move them here, those guys here, and we will doing exactly the same. So we'll surround and finish one by one. Those guys, we need to block them for the south direction. Here we don't have food, so I will move back and wait for the rest of the soldiers. This unit, they can probably help north. A bit better situation. This unit probably need to go where? I'm not sure if something is here. So those guys need to check the situation. Need to be very sure that there are no gaps. So those guys can go here, help here, and we can slowly move. Can we or not? Here was something. So let's check. We control the road currently with our zone of control. So if we go back to the VidCom and we'll finalize this episode here, you know what will happen next probably. Thank you for watching. Please add comments and questions, and suggestions are welcome. Thank you for watching. See you later.